Hello and welcome to Aberon's Armorial. Today we're talking about fun hats, that is to say, coronets, chapeaus, and the other things that pop up in heraldry. The starting point for all of these is, of course, the torse. The torse is often depicted on the top of the helm, and it's the beginning point for the livery mantling coming out of the helm. This would have been used on top of a helmet with a actual crest. Obviously not in combat, but sometimes for parade use. You see them depicted in a lot of manuscripts of tournaments and that sort of thing for jousting. And of course, you see them on stall plates in chapels like for the Order of the Garter. Now, up from here, we go to the caps. The caps, or the chapeaus, are the beginning points of all coronets and crowns, starting with, of course, the cap of maintenance. Now, the cap of maintenance has been a sign of baronial tenure for a long time. Barons and feudal barons, other peers are allowed to wear these. Even the sovereign at one point wore them, as espoused here, with the arms of England. This was the royal arms at one point, and you can see ermine and gules mantling coming from the cap. Nowadays, of course, the lion sits upon a crown. In the earlier days, it was done upon a cap. So as you look through the foundling coronets, you'll notice that there is always a base of ermine and velvet. Starting, of course, with the coronet of the baron. The baron's coronet is the simplest of all, and each level up through the peerage goes up. So a coronet of a baron is plainer, a viscount is slightly more advanced, and the earl starts to take on more of a crown-like notion. The marquesses are even more dignified, and the dukes, of course, being the highest rank in the peerage, not counting the royals. And as you can see, it has alternating leaves coming out of a fancy gold band, a circlet, and of course, the velvet ermine cap. And here you can see them being physically worn. While they can be depicted on the arms, underneath the helm, but above the shield itself, you also see them worn at state events like the coronation, which is really the only place you would see them anymore these days. They are also sometimes placed on the top of a coffin after a peer has passed away, or displayed or carried alongside with a funeral hatchment or something like that. And for example, here is one of the ones that was made for the coronation of, I believe, Elizabeth II, but it could have been for George VI's coronation as well. Oftentimes they're gold, or if they're not gold, they're silver that's been gilded on top of that. As you can see here with a lot of them, the actual cap is just stuffed inside, so you can actually separate the two if you wish to wear one without the other. And as I said, it can always be depicted along with the arms. So, for example, here are the arms of the 8th Baron MacDonald, showing his baron's coronet underneath the helm, and it's actually kind of being used to support it. And you see this with a varying degree of arms. Again, something that's not so seen, but I thought might be interesting to many of you. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for attending. And if you have any questions, or any topics you'd like to see in a video, please feel free to comment and subscribe. Thank you.